everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video with me, Aline. This vlog is a few work days in my life, backed by popular demand. If you're new here and you don't know my whole deal, my name's Aline and I am a barista by trade, but as of this week I am a freelance copywriter. I just sent my first invoice for my first copywriting job, and I'm also a regular writer of fiction. I'm working on my first novel and I am actually a few scenes away from being done with the whole thing, which is wild. I'm gonna try to anticipate when I'm gonna be finishing, like what days I'm gonna be finishing, and try to vlog the process. I can't believe that soon I'm gonna be able to say that I have written a book, and I'll never be able to say like, this is my first time writing a book. Like everything else is gonna be a second draft or a third draft or a fourth draft or a whole new project, and it's never gonna be my first pass at something. I feel like I've learned so much. I do wanna say a quick disclaimer that this room, Michelle is literally stripping her sheets and putting on new ones. I came in here to quickly film this intro, so if it looks kind of messy, it's because that's what she's doing. I filmed the intro already. You're gonna see what I looked like when I filmed it, and I didn't realize, because it's kind of later in the day, I didn't realize that my nose contour was so severe. So later when I start giving you updates about what books I'm reading, I know my makeup and contour looks a little intense. I literally didn't mean for it to look that way. So if you think that I think my nose contour looks good later, I don't. It was a mistake. I couldn't tell. But anyway, so I just wanted to pop in here and quickly redo my intro, so at least the first impression that I give you is kind of a cutie one. I don't want to eat up too much of your time. Remember the nose contour thing for later, and I hope that we can just get into it. Birdie! Welcome to another day in my life as a barista, and of course it's the opening shift, so it is 5:55 in the morning. It's freezing outside. It feels like 31 degrees, which is a very sudden drop for New York, because it was literally 80 something last Saturday, and it is Thursday. So we've been having some chillier times. So I have to remember how to dress for winter. Honestly, kind of forgot. And I'm about to give this little one some breakfast, so that's why she's looking antsy. But she is purring, so, you know, very layered. And yeah, can't wait to get my day going here. Gonna go to work. Also get to break out some of my favorite winter clothes. Finally get to start putting a turtleneck under everything now. And yeah, all right, let's go. Well, first I've got to get Birdie her food. Birdie!
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, stay warm. See ya. Hey everybody. So I just got done with work. Not really, actually. I got done with work a couple of hours ago. I stayed for about an hour to write, got some good work done on the book. I'm so close to hitting 90,000 words, and then I had the most lucky, like, happenstance wonderful little sit and chat with my friend Lauren, who had just finished coming from a walk with Michelle, funnily enough, and came back to my coffee shop to get a pumpkin spice latte, her first of the season. And we ended up having a bit of a chat, which was so wholesome. We hadn't been able to catch up in so long, so it was so nice to honestly just like have a break from work and just talk to someone I really like. So that was really nice. Now I'm sitting here, I'm kind of looking at the the planetarium of the Museum of Natural History. There's this one security guard that won't stop looking at me. She's like sitting in the casing of the planetarium, and I can see her out of the corner of my eye looking at me. I like get it. It's kind of weird that I'm filming myself, but like surely in New York this is not the weirdest thing you've ever seen. So I just wish that she would stop giving me some sort of evil eye. I'm here and there's like nobody else around. Like there's one babysitter and a child, and other than that it's just like me, a bird, and this courtyard alone, because it's quite cold. As I said earlier in the morning, it is a strong like 35 degrees, but the sun is out. Like it's making my skin look fantastic. Love to see it, and it's honestly making my brain feel great. Like cold air just always makes me feel a little bit alive. This is like an actual fact. Why some people like do that weird cold shower thing. No judgment if you do it. Why would you take a cold shower when you can take a hot one? Yeah, I just love the winter. That's something about me. I love the winter. The New York seasons this year, I don't know what's up with the weather cycle, but it is fantastic. The last 3 Octobers I've ever had staunchly been in like the 60s and 70s, and this year they were like definitely more in the low 60s, high 50s range. And now, you know, first couple days into November, we're seeing some pretty hardy dips. People are saying we're gonna get a lot of snow this winter. I have a whole little story about snow I can tell you sometime, about how when I was a kid and we immigrated to the United States, I was 10, almost 11 years old, and I thought that I was adjusting really well to living in the United States and doing the big uprooting thing, and then lo and behold, I didn't realize it at the time because I was so young, but I developed insomnia and I did not sleep very well. I would stay up till like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, sometimes enough to see like the sunrise, and then I would go to sleep and sleep until like 9, 10 a.m. Clearly that was a reaction to leaving my home country. The moment that I really mark as like me successfully accepting my home in the United States and in Montana was during the first snow. The part of Chile that I grew up in, we didn't really get snow, so I just like love the cold temperatures. Since the moment I went through puberty, I've always been like a very sweaty person, so summer, it's not an elegant time of year for me, you know? So this is great. This is where I thrive. You can see it in my face. You can see it in my fit. I'm built for this kind of thing. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up and head home now. I have some work that I have to do. I'm trying to post an audio poem on TikTok about turning 26, so by the time this is up, that's probably up, so go check it out if you haven't seen it. Then after that, I'm gonna make some dinner, maybe get a little bit more writing done. Who knows? Then I have to do the same thing tomorrow. Hey everybody, here in the kitchen, about to make a little dinner. I don't know why I said it like that, but it felt fun. Were you there with me when it felt fun? Let me show you what I'm gonna make. Look at all our HelloFresh recipe cards. Look at them. It would be a really great moment for HelloFresh to want to sponsor us. You see this in every vlog. It doesn't matter, Michelle. One day someone from HelloFresh is gonna be watching, and they're gonna be like, what an opportunity. Hold on, I need to find it. There's so many that it's actually quite tough. Oh, we're gonna go down in flames. If you've been listening to Taylor Swift's 1989 re-record, drop your favorite From the Vault song down below. I think mine is Now That We Don't Talk. People have been talking about this on social media, but it's really satisfying when you listen to it while thinking of friendships, like friendship breakups, because the part where it's just like, I called my mom, she said that it was for the best. Like, that's so satisfying because moms are always in on the drama. Oh my god, I have a duplicate. I have this one twice. I think this is the one that I've been looking for. I am also a Now That We Don't Talk girly because I'm a no contact girly. I made a little TikTok alluding to this the other day when the album actually dropped, but I get to talk in long form on this platform, so I'm gonna. Give me a chance to chat, I'm gonna chat. I find it very painful to try to just like keep up appearances with people that, like, I don't know, they're out of your life. They have taken the exit. They have said no to you. They said rejected. I don't want you anymore around. I kind of go no contact. I'm just not a neutral guy like that. Maybe that doesn't make me mature. I'm a big communicator. I love to chat, but I love the song because it also talks about the benefits of sometimes leaving high and dry and leaving where everything's at. Because I think that sometimes we as a culture are really into the idea of closure. And I think especially like when my relationships have gone really sideways, so sometimes it's just best to like keep the integrity, and even when it's painful, to kind of walk away. I might edit this out. It's been oh, sorry, I touched my chicken. Yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents on that, why I like the song so much, and I was like, oh, she wrote this for me. Slay. But yeah, the recipe, I finally found it. The recipe that I'm making are a combination of 2. It's the 1 pot vegan curry stir fry combined with the vegan Thai ginger curry, because I have some things and I don't have other things. My bad. But I think it's gonna be really delicious because these flavor palettes are like very, very similar. Also very exciting, I just got an email, I'm in an email thread regarding a potential job that feels really promising. I'm really, really excited because it could be my ticket out of here, my ticket out of this place being low income hell. I'm kidding, I'm not. I was trying to buy my tickets home for Christmas yesterday. I almost had a nervous breakdown. You know, I'll talk about this later. So now I'm gonna get cooking. Michelle, daylight savings is soon. We get to sleep in, Michelle, but it also means that the sun is gonna start setting at 4. I know. Why does it need to be lighter in the morning? I would much rather have more day. It's because of the farming. But we're not farmers. I'm a barista. So a little update from me in the kitchen. I did finish the dish really fast. I finished it in like 40 minutes, which was kind of something incredible for me because I've been trying to work at being a little bit more efficient in the kitchen. But what happened is that I tasted it and it just tasted a little bland. I don't know if it's the sweet chili sauce that I bought from Trader Joe's. I'm guessing it's this, honestly. I'm guessing it was a little less flavorful because it's a Trader Joe's product. That was good to note for next time. So I'm gonna go perusing the internet for better versions of this. Anyway though, I tasted this and it just tasted a little bit bland, honestly. And I don't know if it was because the Great British Bake Off was on, but I felt a little inspired. I went ahead and just whipped up some more vegetables with more spices. I just went really heavy on the ginger and some crushed red pepper flakes just because the chili sauce had been a little bit of a letdown. This smells already so much better. Honestly, now there's also more of it so I can take it for lunch tomorrow and I won't have to buy my lunch out and about, which always is such a money suck. Really happy that I did that in the end. I think it was a good use of my time. Hey you guys, so dinner has been made, but it's not yet 7. I don't know why I said it like that. Hear ye, hear ye. It's not yet 7.
British media.
Too much British media. I was telling Michelle, I've been watching so much British media lately that I feel like I'm my 12-year-old self again because I was a huge Anglophile when I was 12. Who wasn't? I blame Tumblr.com and keep calm, carry on, the phrase. That did wonders for the monarchy. So I'm going to drink some water, glamour girl, and try to write a little bit and then answer 1 email.
Feels so alive. It's the perfect day for a tragical romance. Lord Tennyson would approve.
Let me know if you have any questions or anything, but take your time. Stop. It's not that it's hurting. It's nothing down. And you're like, oh god. Or the Honduras are also good. He was one. I didn't have. It was nice to come there. It keeps me in here a while. Thank you. So I'm back at the house now. Obviously, I'm in my room, in mi cuarto, and please don't look at this closet here because it actually is so messy. And right below my feet is actually my open laundry bag full of my folded clean clothes that I have not put away. She is succeeding. I'll tell you guys more a little bit about my workday later because I have to get ready for my workout class that I booked yesterday, because it's been a while since I've moved, because I actually had a little bit of a cold last week. Still having a bit of a stuffy nose, but it's not really bad at all, so I'm excited to go and get running. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a running class. I came back from work, I came back from book club, I had a bit of a snack, some water, and I also responded to 3 emails that I had to get done. One is for a potential job, another part-time job that's more big girl, big grown-up girl. I've been trying to up my freelance game for a while, so it's huge that I have this lead, and I will talk a little bit more about that, I'm sure, in the days to come. Anyway, let's get ready for my workout class.
I love you guys so much. I love you all. Thank you for the friend.
One hell of a journey, guys.
Amazing. So fun.
Amazing.
One last group hug and then let's head into the rose ceremony.
Group.
Gather around.
Okay. Come on, guys.
Love you all.
Absolutely. Stay out of my boobs.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so I just got off from work. It was a hard morning. It's the weekend of the New York City Marathon, so like it's so busy. It was just non-stop customers lying far out the door for, you know, like 5 hours straight. So it was a little bit rough, but honestly it made time fly by. And now I'm headed downtown because my ex-coworker and pal Joseph has a one-man show that I'm attending. So I'm done with work and gonna head down and see what he's up to. Hey everyone! I went and did my supporting of my friend Joseph, and now I am walking to go meet up with Michelle for dinner. I'm starving. I haven't eaten since that clip that you guys saw, so I am really quite hungry, but it's also giving like cutie night, you know? It's giving like I've lived here 3 years and I have stuff going on, like, I don't know, going to work, then going to my friend's show, then meeting up with my sister slash bestie for dinner. It's just like kind of lovely for a Saturday evening. I've had some pretty bad financial anxiety and financial stressors these last few weeks, and I've been really tightening the wallet strings, so to speak. It feels nice to have a dinner out, relax a little bit, and that way, you know, when I go home, there's no kitchen cleanup. It kind of feels worth it in that way, because I really do need to make sure that I get a lot of sleep tonight, because I was falling asleep during the first show of the theater, the one that wasn't my friend, and I felt like a horrible civilian, horrible theater goer. Kept doing the, I call it the airplane thing. You know what I'm talking about. It's that thing when you're on the airplane and you have an overnight flight, or it's the crack of dawn, and truly you almost fall asleep but you're too uncomfortable to sleep, so then you just do like I'm Wide Awake by Katy Perry. So anyway, I was doing that through the first performance of the show, and I thought, this can't be me. But then again, I have had only like 6 hours of sleep, maybe, in a row these past few days. So yeah, I'm a little blurry because it's nighttime. Sorry about that. Drinking a very cheeky hot chocolate and headed to dinner with Michelle. Okay, that's the end of the vlog chunk, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm reading because I've been reading a lot and I've been having like a lot of fun with it. In the last few vlogs I've mentioned this, but me and my coworker Emmy have just started a like Friday book club where we pick a book and then we kind of read through it, and on every Friday we have certain checkpoints and certain page counts that we're supposed to hit. So then we talk about what we've read after our shift together, which is really wholesome. So the first book that we read for book club was My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. This is one that is hugely popular, but I feel like especially on like messy female protagonist TikTok, this is a huge popular read. For those of you who don't know, it's about a young woman from like an affluent class of life. She's traditionally beautiful. She's got it all, except that she is still recovering from the kind of sudden and traumatic deaths of both her parents, who she had kind of estranged, fraught relationships with. She's living in New York in the year 2000 to 2001. It's about her quest to sleep for a year, honestly. She's also a deeply unlikable protagonist. I think that it's fun to have that in different shades. She's so unlikable that it almost becomes repetitive and boring. I think the first half for me was so strong because I just expected it to go places that were more profound, or at least sent some kind of message. In our book club, Emmy did bring up a lot of conjecture that the author has said about the ending, and personally everything that she's saying like in interviews about what the ending means, I did not get, and I consider myself like a pretty close reader. Like, I don't read very fast, but I can really retain what I read, and I was just like, I'm not getting that. It's fine. It was not for me. I think I would rate it like 3 stars, like a solid 3, because anything that'll get you out of a reading slump, I think, is a success. And I know that some people, like big literature guys, might disagree with me, but like that's just the way that I think, especially in a digital age where people don't read like they used to. I think that if you can write something that gets people like sitting up straight, that is a success, even though I think ultimately there were some lazy moments. The next stuff I finished for book club as well, I think I showed it in the vlog and I talked about it a little bit on Instagram, but I've been reading Educated, and this is another one that I really blew through. It has been on my list for forever. If you guys didn't know what it was about, because it turns out I didn't know what it was about, it's about a young woman named Tara Westover, because this is a memoir, and her parents are pretty devout fundamentalist Mormons who are also doomsday preppers for the end of days. So they live in rural Idaho, they bury gasoline in the ground, they have a stockpile of assault rifles in case the government comes to find them, they can food, they want to try to make their land as, you know, self-sufficient as possible. And another element of their deep distrust of the government is that they don't send their kids to school, they homeschool them, albeit very poorly. They basically get to a place where they can read and they can count, and other than that, Tara's first time in a classroom is when she's 17 and somehow finds her way into a college classroom. I really love this as a deeply empathetic analysis of very complex family dynamics, child neglect, inter-sibling abuse. It is very focused on family, and I'll say that I did not really expect it. I thought that there was going to be more focus in the later chapters on her education, but instead it's a lot more about how those principles that she learns in school start to influence the way that she sees her family and affects the relationships with her family. I don't want to say too much. It is quite graphic, so if you are queasy at details about like physical injury. Also content warning, like physical abuse, I would stay away, but it is really excellent. I grew up in Montana, so obviously very close to Idaho. My girlfriend lived in Idaho for a significant period of time. That's where I go to visit, usually around Christmas, and last summer I've spent a lot of time in Idaho as well. I have a deep love and understanding of that part of the country. Anytime that you have people who have overcome great adversity and have a deep class consciousness kind of being preyed upon by conspiracy and mental illness and abuse, I think it ends up with some pretty tragic dynamics, but this book is told really thoughtfully, and I think that she did a really wonderful job. It's not a smear campaign, it's definitely more of an analysis of her own background, and it was just a fascinating read. I really loved it. I think that I would rate this like 4.5 out of 5. And she's very young. I think she's like in her early 30s, so I can't wait to see what she writes next. And yeah, I was just like really impressed and I loved it. Currently, I am reading What Wild Women Do by Karma Brown. I think I talked about this last vlog, I think, about books that I'm being sent by Penguin and trying to read more of them, because I am really grateful to be on some of those lists where I get to read advanced copies or early copies of a work, and so I'm trying to read this because they sent it to me and it sounded really good. That's why I asked for it, and I'm only about 60 pages in. It has a review by Taylor Jenkins Reid, who I love, on the inside cover. So I am hopeful that I'm gonna really like it. So far, it is proving a little bit challenging to get into. The main character's boyfriend is a YouTuber, and I find it so distracting because he has 900,000 subscribers, and we're supposed to believe that this man cannot make a dime from his YouTube channel. This man who has like a prank channel with like 900,000 subscribers, honey, they would be throwing money at him at this point. And that's one of like the main conflicts of the first part of the book, but it jumps back in time between our main character and her boyfriend, who are staying at a cabin in the Adirondacks so that they can do like a writing retreat together. Our main character is a screenwriter who's recently left LA because she cannot afford to stay there despite her boyfriend's YouTube channel. And also the perspective of a socialite turned like camp owner, like a retreat owner for one of those summer camps from the 1970s. She goes missing, I'm pretty sure, or she gets murdered, and our main character in the present day with her YouTuber boyfriend is trying to kind of piece that story together. I'm probably gonna give this until like page 120. I'll probably read like another 60 pages. So far I'm like kind of tentative. I don't know if I'm sold. Finally, I've been listening to Stolen Focus, Why You Can't Pay Attention. This is a book that a regular at my coffee shop suggested that I listen to. She really liked it. Oh, no way, no way. She might try to go up on the windowsill, which is not good. Hi. Oh, have you ever seen anything more perfect? So anyway, if you see this and you wonder what that is, we all saw that is my cat. So I can be a little suspicious of pop psychology and things that are very nihilistic about technology. So I was a little bit skeptical, and so far I'm really, really enjoying it. Also, great audiobook. He has a really wonderful British voice that I enjoy listening to. I want to finish listening to it before I really start singing its praises, because I want to do a deep fact check on like everything that he said, because just in case, you know, even though everything that he said seems to deeply align with like my values, he's against like capitalist surveillance. He brings up points that are incredibly like anti-fascist, but it's been a really, really cool listen. I didn't know that the word multitask originates from the development of computer software, and that our minds are actually not really built to multitask at all. I was fascinated to learn about like speed reading as a concept and how it's impossible to train people to learn how to speed read. All it does is cause a decline in retention. I just listened to a chapter this morning about the 4-day work week and experiments that have been going on in that all over the world, specifically this one case study in Auckland, New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand, shout out to my mom. I also think that he has a very hopeful approach. I found it really refreshing that so much of the book is like, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, the world is like making you feel this way. I'm really enjoying it so far. I haven't read a ton of like research books or non-fiction in the past, and I think I've kind of unlocked something new. I don't know, it makes me feel nice. That's what I've been reading in the last few weeks. I'll keep you guys updated. Maybe I'll do more of these in the future. Other than that, this is the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep up with me on Instagram and TikTok, my handle is the same on both platforms. It's just at Aline W. And yeah, please subscribe, click the notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!